All right, whenever you're ready.
How are we doing, everybody, tonight? How was that last
Yeah,
night?
good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know, one of my favorite things in Sheridan is on Facebook, actually. It is Sheridan Rants and Raves has become near and dear to my heart. And if you don't know what it is, it's a Facebook page where you can rate your experiences at businesses. You can rave, which means you give them compliments, and you can rant, which maybe you haven't had the best experience, and then 30 people jump up your butt. If you complain, if you dare to complain about any business in town. I saw this one reply, this guy was like, I went to this so-and-so restaurant, right? And I had to wait 45 minutes. This is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And like immediately, well, maybe I shouldn't be so mean to small businesses. How about that? Well, maybe you should have eaten before you went out. You know, why didn't you think of that? It's just ridiculous how much they, you know, it's entertaining for me, but it's really hard because I used to be a really good poop talker online. I was one of the best. I would be like a stealth bomber. I'd be watching an argument and just destroy. But I don't do that anymore. Rants and Raves makes it really hard. There was this, people, have you guys heard about that walkway by the courthouse with all the flowers?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, do people hate that. Don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and people hate it, and I get it. But there was this one gentleman who was like, hey, has anybody had any positive experiences on that? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually respond to something. Yes, I have had a positive experience out there. I took my date out there last Sunday, and it was a lovely time. And within seconds, it felt like Rick H. came in and he said, yeah, that's probably why you're still single. Which is not bad. I was impressed which means he had to go to my page, discover that I was single, just for that sick burn. To which then I instinctively typed out, the only reason I'm still single, Rick, is because I told your mom I wasn't ready for a relationship.
Oh.
Right? Pretty awesome.
Mama's a cougar.
But I didn't, because I don't do that anymore. Besides, you know, his mom could go to the senior center. That could have actually happened. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next comic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
This young man is your next comic, Dylan.
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Audible.
Yeah, he's kind of a unique kind of guy.
I think we gotta go up a little with the volume.
What's up with the volume over
The
here?
mic's off, probably.
All right, perfect.
There it goes.
Okay. How are we doing, Sheridan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great atmosphere. We've gone through a couple of skits, already gotten on the construction scene. This is great. Now, before we get started, I would like to clarify some things about my past. Yeah, I got sound pretty quick. I was not born in Sheridan, Wyoming. I was born in Roswell, New Mexico, in a little Sasso Creek. Now, for some strange reasons, my parents decided to move here in Sheridan, Wyoming. They were afraid that people close to them, friends, family, more like it, they were paranoid that they were going to discover my origin. Well, before things get really dicey, they disguised it with something that no other parent would do: autism. And it's a brilliant disguise of all time. People had no idea that I was the alien from E.T. or from my Generation Z friends, Invader Sim. And yeah, I mean, it was great, but sometimes my mom uses it as a get out of jail free card just to get out of trouble, you know. After the airplane incident where I was gonna yell, "Yay, we're gonna crash!" An old boomer just came up right behind her. and was like, yeah, you gotta get your kid under control, I swear to God. And then my mom was like, well, I'm sorry, but he's just a kid. He just didn't know the difference between landing and crashing. And also, he's very, very autistic. And his wife right behind him was like, yeah, you jackass. And then, well, meanwhile, my dad was just white knuckling, right? And I was like, it's not an excuse. And I live by that mantra. I live by the fact that I don't use autism as an excuse. And I'll tell you why. What is the definition of an excuse? It's a reconciliation of a mess up. You don't blame it on yourself after a mistake you made. You're not like, all right, I made a mistake, I'm going to own up to it, I'm going to apologize to this person, and we're going to move on. No. An excuse is like you blame it on your parents, you blame it on your spouse, you blame it on your kids, you blame it on the politician, you blame it on the cow, you blame it on an alien, you blame it on the Euro in Greece. You know, it's amazing how people use excuses. I'll tell you why. I use autism as an excuse in a video game called Call of Duty. It didn't go over well. I mean, I tried using it as an excuse after we lost to this one team, right? And then someone from the other team was like, shut up! I cried like a little girl. And then, yeah, it was tough for about a few minutes until I plugged off the microphone and nearly turned off the console and then played my video games again. But it was all good. Now, as an alien disguising their heritage with autism, people are compelled to tell me, hey, Dylan, what do you do for your line of work? Well, if you ask him about a couple of years back, my expertise was in the fast food industry. Oh yeah, I had experience, I had a few years of experience, and I encountered some customers and employees that did some real shady stuff, did some outlandish actions that make you question what reality really is. Now, I work with types of customers and employees that I'm going to give you 3 stereotypes what those 3 people might be. The first people would be the cranky yelpers. That's what Ryan is. Now, for a cranky yelper, it's basically, we all know what cranky yelpers is, right? Hey, there's supposed to be no pickles on this burger. There's a little sauce on this pizza right here. There should be a normal sauce. Or better yet, there should be no sour cream. Why is there no sour cream? And then, easy solution, right? They take up the food, this order is wrong. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna remake it. Hey, Jimbo, remake that Nacho Bel Grande. Or, worst comes to worst, when they have the biggest meltdown ever. This is unacceptable. This is not right. I'm never coming back here again. There are 2 scenarios where you can solve this. Number 1, all right, fine. Here's a full refund. Take the coupons. Take the goddamn coupons, please. Just go. Or if the manager is not up in the mood, guess what's going to happen to that cranky yelper? Be like, get out of here! Boot out the door.
Oh.
Second type of person in the fast food industry is the indecisive. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The indecisive customers that are just like, hey, welcome to Checkers Coffee Corporation. How may I help you today? Yeah, can I get a burger? A burger? Sir, we serve coffee here. Yeah. They're even worse when in the drive-thru, all right? So they take the long time. Fast food is supposed to be 2 minutes out, no times. You get the food ready, you already got it, you're all ready to roll. You're like, all right, baby, let's get rolling, make that moolah, make that dough. Nope, indecisive, take all the time in the world. So here's an easy solution when it comes to the indecisive customers. You make them a suggestion. Now, I don't mean like the dirty kind, but I mean it like what kind of food do they want? Do you want like a pizza? Do you want a burger? Do you want chicken, steak, something? That was absurd. Are you having a tough time with the menu? Yeah, there's just too many options. I was like, well, what kind of food are you thinking? I'm thinking of something about healthy. Okay, well, I mean, on our menu there's a protein bowl, not exactly like a salad bowl, but with more protein, just lettuce, tomatoes, and whatnot. Yeah, I think I'll have that. Okay, well, for protein, we got steak, chicken, black beans, or if you're feeling a little unhealthier, beef. Yeah, I would like that. Which one? Basic? Now, as an alien with autism, there's not a social cue in the world that's going to counteract that. So all you're just stuck with is this. Fortunately, if a customer has autism like me, you do pull on eye contact. And then you pressure them along enough, they'll be like, okay, chicken protein bowl will do fine. I'll just take the mantra from the cow that says, eat more chicken. Last, and certainly not least, are the tipsy drivers. Yeah, see all the people around here? You guys are like, yeah, I've dealt with them too, not in fast food. There are the rare breed of all customers. And I'll tell you what, they are very, very special people. Now, you don't see them at first, but you definitely smell them coming. Now I have an ultimate plan how you deal with this. So they all come to the drive-through speaker, and you're just there taking orders. Hey, welcome to Taco Time. How may I help you? And then you just hear mumbling. Excuse me, sir? And you're just like, you don't understand them, and you're like, yeah, just pull up the window, okay? Yeah. They fortunately they do listen. Right up to the window. And as soon as you open the door, should not say open the door. Hey, come on in. No, it's just the window. Yeah, you open up the window and you see their eyes red. And you're trying to figure out the situation. Sir, was it a combo number 9? No. Combo number 1? No. Here's the plan. And this actually worked on a customer that was more gullible, who was more gullible enough to actually trust me. So I made up a combo. Oh, I see what you want, sir. You want the combo number 911, is that right? And then they fell for it. Yeah. They didn't even listen. They thought it was some special secret order, secret menu on it. So you ring up just one combo number 9, 2 combo number 1, and you just give them a false tip, false ring up total. And you're like, all right, so that'll be $9.11. Thank you very much. You ring up the order, take the card, you take 3 drinks to them. All right, here are your 3 drinks. You just pull up to that parking spot number 1. We'll get you taken care of. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. Now, as soon as they get parked spot number 1, you immediately call 911. Some moments pass by, there's going to be a cop that walks into the dining area. There's like, what's going on here? Hey, sir, I'm going to be blunt. There's a drunk guy in parking spot number 1 that we just took the order, but we want you to have fun. So we have this food right here. But I want you to wear this Taco Time hat. And then you can see the giddy in his eyes. I swear, it is the beautiful expression I've ever seen. He light up so fast, he was like, thank you very much, sir. I am going to take care of it from here on out. Thank you. Takes the food, takes it to the customer. As soon as he takes it to the customer, the drunk guy freaking see, now he sees the cop with the Taco Time hat, right? And I was like, hello, sir, my name is Officer Johnny. Do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way? And he sobers up for like a second. Like, I was like, is it okay if I finish my order and then take off? nope. And he gets arrested, and the point of resisting arrest, he's in cuffs. He was like, I blame it on the aliens. Newsflash, buddy. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes excuses never work, bro. All right, thank you so much, fellas and ladies. Have a great rest of your night.
Dan.
That was perfect.
That was Dylan Peterson, everybody.
I'll take
Man,
it.
was he our worst nightmare in college or what? You know, because we went out drinking. Oh, maybe you guys did. I never did. I would have been. All right, moving on. Who's next? Who wants to go up next? Trish, you want to go up next?
I'll do it.
All right. All right. This is my intro for my bit before you. Now, we live in I guess what you might call a post-war society. You know, there are some people who still don't see color. For those of you who don't see color, I am a white. Dude, an adorable, some would say cherub-like white dude, but I'm here to check my privilege. 'Cause I always check my privilege to make sure that it's still there, right where I need it. Because I'm not like you other honkies, okay? I'm not like you crackers. I need my privilege, okay? Because I went to the doctor the other day, you guys, and he said I'm an LPOS. That's right. I'm a lazy piece of shit. You know how hard it is being a lazy piece of shit? That guy knows. It's debilitating, right?
Yeah.
Being a lazy piece of shit has literally prevented me from achieving all my dreams. Well, but I'm not the most privileged person in my family, believe it or not. That would be my stepdad, Mark. He stole a roof from Home Depot. How do you steal a roof from Home Depot? A few pallets at a time, apparently. And he wasn't just white, he was Canadian white. So, you know, when he was going out there, just a big old mustache and smile, right? Every time I come home for Christmas, you know, he's like done the house 5 times over. He'd be like, hey, Ryan, see those cabinets? And I'm like, Mark, why do you... Okay, I'm going to back up because I got to enter that differently. I say, he has redone the house 5 times over with things that he has stolen from Depot. Every time I come home for Christmas, he's like, see those cabinets? I'm like, Mark, why do you steal? And he got real quiet. And he looked a little upset. And he looked at me and he said, I can't afford this shit. Alright, well, our next comedian, ladies and gentlemen, is Trisha. You need a table?
Oh,
Yes.
Trish!
Okay.
She's got the
Hi.
computer. She's ready to roll. I literally forgot to set my timer as I'm doing my
How
stand-up.
much was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
probably
know.
want to a little bit.
Yeah.
Yo,
Hello.
does that sound okay?
Yes.
It's a little quiet, but just roll with
Very
it.
quiet.
And then I'm supposed to say,
Eat it.
I just hope
I
that I'm
mean,
never supposed to be that privileged. I can't. I'm too lazy.
Rewind 5 minutes earlier.
All the way down is still not down enough, but, okay. Alright, I don't like that. I really want to
Yeah.
understand. Okay, I am not sure how I'm gonna start this, but I just love that millennials have rebranded everything. Maybe it's because we've been lied to our whole lives. If you work hard and put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. Degrees matter. The food pyramid. Plastic bags are better. Save the trees. Switch to these. You should really memorize your times table because you're not going to have a computer in your pocket everywhere you go. We have been lied to so much, and our reality is so bleak that we've started lying to ourselves in a desperate attempt to make our existence feel just a little bit less devastating. It could be because our generation is so collectively traumatized from decades of gaslighting that we have no idea what is fact or fiction anymore. Or maybe it's that we were so flooded with marketing and branding in our formative years that we learned if we're not the newest, shiniest thing, we will be ignored. Whatever the reason, millennials love a good rebrand, and here are some of my favorites. Tiny homes. In the 90s, if you lived in a single wide on wheels, you were probably on free lunch and your mom had multiple baby daddies. However, if you are living in a tiny home in 2025, you know that you can afford the land to put it on, which means, honey, you're flying first class. Just kidding, nobody can afford that anymore. Van life. The van down by the river that Chris Farley warned us about is now an $80,000 base model, and you have to pray that you are funny enough, crafty enough, and hot enough that people will click on your YouTube videos and keep people building it out so you can afford to live in it. Multi-level marketing. Ponzi schemes are a thing of the past. Now it's multi-level marketing. Millennials being raised in the golden age of easy money and entrepreneurship have been scamming our friends since 1999. Now when you open Facebook and you see a message from Becky from the 9th grade, you can almost guarantee she's peddling essential oils, some wellness training, or some sort of kitchen supply chain. What used to be a simple walk in the woods is now forest bathing. It's not enough to just take a hike, you must bathe. But my favorite rebrand of all time is coming from the older millennials entering what our mothers called the change, and our mothers never talked about. And now millennials are entering this stage of life and have rebranded menopause to, have you guys heard this? It's amazing. Cougar puberty. Which is fantastic because most of us, many millennials have daughters going through real puberty, so now it becomes a bonding experience. Where we can figure out together why we're both screaming at each other and crying over Inside Out. At least in cougar puberty, though, you're allowed to drink wine. But there was a while there when I really wanted to claim Gen X and detach myself from the millennial generation altogether because we were getting dragged. We were criticized for our avocado toast, and Netflix subscriptions, for enjoying a cup of coffee from Starbucks every once in a while, and told that it was our fault that we could not afford basic health care or a place to live. As if it was our fault that the economy collapsed the years that we were getting out of college. In my 20s, I really wanted to be associated with the we don't give a generation better known as Generation X. The Breakfast Club kids, our older cousins, Generation X were so cool with their latchkey mentality and apathetic approach to life. They were used to being ignored, drinking out of garden hoses, and can get away with murder. Gen X had it made. Their parents didn't care enough to micromanage. Hell, half the time they forgot they had children. At 10 p.m., there was a PSA that interrupted television to ask to say, do you know where your children are? Gen X got to raise hell and take names. We got participation trophies and guilt trips. And I must not have been the only one my age desperate to break free from these whiny avocado toast eating crybabies, because a few years ago they, whoever the hell they is, declared a microgeneration and dubbed Zennials, or the Goonies generation, which encompasses those of us born between 1980 and 1984. Kids in this age group grew up in an analog world, but graduated high school with a basic knowledge of word processing and computer-aided drafting. This microgeneration was raised on the Oregon Trail, which is probably the reason that my brain's default is to run every single possibility of any single thing that could ever go wrong in any given situation ever. Some may call this paranoia, but I call it a highly trained spy brain, which is great for emergencies. Chaos, I thrive in chaos. If you ever find yourself in a crisis, call me. Car accident, I'm your girl. Kitchen fire, I got this. Ex-boyfriend, spotted in public, blue girl. I've clocked his license and called my friend at the sheriff's department. But it can be a little bothersome when you're at the grocery store just trying to pick out cereal. I have to remind myself, no, that kid over there is not smuggling C4 in his diaper. Stand down. My therapist says this is a symptom of PTSD. But we didn't go to war. I didn't go to war. But as I work through this, I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet, but my therapist says this is a symptom of PTSD. And as I work through this, I have to question myself, because I didn't go to war, but then again, I did lose my whole family to dysentery and had to eat the horse.
That was so good.
That was nice.
That's what we call progress.
Okay.
On the spot.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Lois, stand.
Do we know how long that was? Did anybody?
Yeah,
I
we
did
got
not.
it.
Well, after
Okay.
we're all done, because I'm just recording the whole thing.
I literally forgot to set up a timer. I was already on a roll. And I was like, oh, and I was just so excited to do my stand up because I was like, yay! This is my favorite part of the show, everyone.
Lois, stand, Mark.
I'll go.
All
All
right.
right, I'm auditioning too.
Audition! Woo!
Yay!
So I'll either have a chair and a table or just a chair.
Okay.
What is Lois's time on the stage? 7 minutes.
It's,
If it's that long.
I'll try to time it from here on out, so I'll just keep forgetting. So,
I left my script at home.
and then that's what we're going to have to think about. Oh, go ahead. I'll say it.
Well, it's fine. You want to say
For our dog sketch, are we going to have both of you mic'd up, or are you guys going to share a mic, or will you be able to be loud enough?
We've got access to 4 mics.
Yeah, we got 4
Yeah.
quarters
Okay.
and 1.
I would suggest then, with your get up, maybe just have a mic, nestled in there.
In between the two of them.
Well, no, in between their paws. Anyway, we can talk about it later.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Well, we'll have to practice on it.
Yeah.
So, it's no surprise to anyone, it's getting expensive to live. And let me tell you, when you're on a fixed income, you really gotta get creative. That cost of housing, the cost of food, it's all going up. And after I pay my rent, my utilities, and my prescriptions, I gotta get really creative at the grocery store. Well, let me tell you, dog and cat food, that is so passe. The new trend now is fast food kids meals. And if you're really good, you can make it stretch out for 3 meals. French fries in the morning, half a burger for lunch, the other half in the drink for dinner, and you're good, all for about $5. But even then, you gotta get creative. So, I have tried sneaking into the free breakfast buffets at the hotels. But darn it, they found me out. And then, I've tried happy hour snacks, but there's only so much popcorn you can eat. But then, I realized, I had a friend tell me, her great-grandkids get $20 from the tooth fairy for each tooth. Cha-ching! Why, right away, with the teeth I have left, I could get $120. But my grandkids are in the basement. They're living in my basement. And they're getting to that age where the teeth are gonna start popping. They're good for at least $400 a kid. Now that ought to stretch my dollars. But I've got one even better than that. This is where I act like I'm pulling out false teeth. I got these babies. I can put them under my pillow, and I'm good for a month.
You gotta
Yeah.
Tooth fairy financing.
All right,
That's
that was
awesome.
good.
That's
That
your
was good.
tagline, though.
Yes.
And say it like definitely at the end, and there's another one.
That's a
You
great
gotta get creative.
Creative.
Yes.
You
Just
know? And then, how would you like me to introduce you?
as everyone's favorite grandma.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lois Bellas, everyone's favorite grandma. I'll introduce you again when you come on.
Yeah, and I wouldn't need my.
Lois, you said you were staying up for like 7 minutes?
I was allotted 7 minutes. I don't think that's 7.
Oh.
No.
After that time, you got like 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Left or that's
Yeah,
it?
that's about it.
Well, work on it.
Yeah.
All right.
If it's,
That's what I'm like.
Scoot a
That's why I should have placed the
little
time.
more. There you go.
That's okay.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year I lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
way to go!
Found it! Those tacos! Oh gosh, I love those tacos. Don't you?
Yeah.
They're the best, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
good.
especially on Saturday nights. It's pretty loud in there, bumping, you know? It's a good time. It's a good time. You know, I heard this rumor about them that if you hear it, it's not true, okay? But I figure I should dispel it before it spreads too much. That there's a rumor that Los Tacos just doesn't sell tacos. Taco selling is actually a front for illegal underground Mexican disco. Isn't it? It's terrible. It's not true. It's not true. I mean, but if that rumor gets out, you can imagine some racist, right? Some racist calling ICE like, "Hi, ICE? Yeah. First of all, I'm not racist. But second, there's these guys that I hold on. Hey Juan, can I get a number 7 birria quesadilla with extra consomme? Okay, thank you so much. And then the guy will forget that he's still on the phone, you know? And then the ice guy is like, hello. Oh, crap. Yeah? He's like, you said you had some people to report? Yeah. You know that white bus in front of the bowling alley? You know, and if they don't go for that, you know, you can always be like, yeah, there's these Ukrainian chicks selling cabbage rolls behind Home Depot. I don't have a finish to that one yet. But, next up, we've got Dan Rusher.
Yeah, Dan, go get him, Tiger.
Uh-huh.
I found La Cucaracha in disco style for it. Let's see.
So we're going in yet. There's Van's water, his signature drink.
Gotta have the water.
You gotta have the water.
Yes.
That's quite what I was looking for.
Just looking for the purple.
Maybe if I can work this thing. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for coming out. Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
You know, I've said that so many times, it comes with a punch card. 2 more meetings, I get a free relapse. Now, the big book of AA says, we will not regret the past, nor shut the door on it. So let's kick this door wide open, drag my shame through it, and spread it all over the place. You see, I wasn't your classical drinker. No, I wasn't pounding beers at a backyard barbecue. I wasn't philosophizing over a Corona. My brand, well, it wasn't Jack Daniels. I wasn't quite manly enough for that. And Grey Goose, I'm too manly for that one. No, my brand, aisle 12, Walgreens, Listerine. I know, fluoride sorrow in a plastic bottle. But while others were out there building beer bombs, I was building a shrine to bad decision and mouthwash misery.
Yes!
And now that last drunk, well, it left me with a souvenir, a picture, me, passed out, and next to me, empty Listerine bottles. Crowded together, like content creators, live streaming my descent into antiseptic psychosis.
Wow.
That's not a picture. That's a warning to others. So that's what rock bottom looks like. Now with fluoride protection. Now in the midst of all this chaos, I met a dentist who also had an addiction problem. I know, it sounds like the start of a bad joke, so here we go. We bonded, and eventually he did become my dentist. Because nothing says friendship like a ruthless appraisal of your life while you're getting your cavities filled. And nothing, and I mean nothing, builds trust like regrets and root canals. So not long after that Listerine photo was taken, I had a dental appointment. And I go in where I proceed to wait, and wait, and wait. And eventually my dentist friend comes in. And I'm like, hey man, what took so long? And he's like, I saw the picture. What picture? His response, well, you see, recovery is like hell, disguised as therapy. That punch card, only redeemable for accountability. There's no relapse BOGO. You only have family and friends who are breathing down your neck. Kind of like a probation officer who just found out your new address. And sobriety, well, that's boot camp for your soul. Meetings, they're more like group therapy with a bunch of alcoholics who swear they're sober, but still gargle Listerine like it's going out of style. And coffee, so burnt, it asked me for a cigarette before it died. And interventions that make you feel better and terrible at the same time. It's like giving CPR to a corpse with a sense of irony. And my dentist friend, while disappointed in my chemical warfare on despair, his response to that picture, perfection. What took so long? Why, we couldn't have minty breath causing a relapse. I had to hide the Listerine. So I'm getting older, and with age comes reflection. Ah, the good old days. Eating cereal on a Saturday morning, watching cartoons, thinking life was just going to be simple. And then life went full rapture. Then life went full rapture, the 4 horsemen, marriage, divorce, bills, kids. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm kidding. I love my kids. The memories. Like the times I'd line them up against the pantry door to chart their heights. It was the time to catch up. Tell me about your day. Hey Bethany, you want to see if you've gotten taller since last year? And just like that pantry door, every year I get a hash mark of a tattoo. Kind of like you're tracking sobriety or prison time. Only I'm tracking the slow descent of the boys in the basement. Documenting the journey from penthouse suite to basement apartment. It's like watching an aging rock band. You see the truth, but remember the youth. And every year, another tat lower than the last. I mean, by the time I'm 60, the boys will have their own zip code, traffic lights, and an HOA. Oh, by the way, that HOA president, he's a dick. Now, my boys, they're not exactly defying gravity. They're more like gravity's best friend. I mean, they're out there networking, handing out resumes, and this becomes a real problem for an older man like me. You see, anytime I go to sit, get in a car, or even the work tractor, I'm not checking hydraulics or oil or even tire pressure. No, I'm checking to see if my ass cheeks are going to have nuts for lunch. It's a whole ritual. I gotta, lift the leg, and there's this hip swing, and then if you do it right, just like that cup and ball game. Do it right and it's victory. You do it wrong and it's time out. Time out. Time out. You fellas know. But here's my beef. The double standard. Women cry at work, empathy circle. Men cry at work, AA sponsor call. Women drink rosé in the tub, self-care. Men drink Listerine in the shower, court order rehab. Women, bless your hearts. You can adjust ladies anytime you want. It's like the sun coming down and parting the clouds. It's stunning and blinding, and everyone stares. It's so majestic, you have to expect doves to be released. But if I, just once, adjust myself in Starbucks, I got a blue-haired barista calling security. They announce a code hazelnuts, and it's just me standing there, people staring, whispering, look at that old pervert. Listen, I'm old, but I'm not a pervert. And hell, at my age, it's not even sexual. It's OSHA compliance. Just imagine if I could just confidently reach into my pants, give a good old shake, and declare, much better, The boys are back in town. Why, you would all call the cops. Suddenly I'm on the news. Dan Richard, arrested at Starbucks for unlawful scrotal adjustment. Why is it okay for the women to adjust the ladies, but I can't adjust the boys? Why do I have to bow down to societal norms? Maybe, just maybe, society should chill out and let a man adjust himself without it being a federal offense. It's a double standard, people. A low-hanging, blatant double standard. And until we get true scrotal equality, do me one courtesy. When I said no eye contact, it's awkward. Thank you.
Great job. Great job.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mark, do you want to go up?
No, I felt like I got her done in there. I'm
All
good.
right. Does everybody want their bets? Good?
I literally forgot to set up a timer
Let's see
just
if
to
I have everything.
time myself.